So my first question is, before joining the Xero Hero program, how much Xero experience did you have?
I had zero experience. Yeah, so I was completely self-taught. I started on QuickBooks, then came across the Xero, and just thought I could get my own head into it, but absolutely not. It's just, yeah, I wasn't navigating it very well.
And how long had you been using Xero for when you joined the program?
About 15 months, so enough time to get myself in enough of a mess over 15 months.
Okay, great. And what was your biggest sort of challenge or frustration that you had with Xero before starting the program?
The main thing was my time was always limited, so every time I got onto Xero, I would sort of do a sort of 3-4 hour chunk at a time. I'd learn something new, but then I wouldn't come back to it for sort of like another 2, 3, 4 weeks. So I'd forgotten what I just learned. So it was really hard just holding the information. And also I didn't know if I was ever learning it correctly. So I was just it would just take me so much longer just to learn how to do a process because I was self-teaching myself, or trying to use the Xero, help things. So it was just taking a long time, really, just to navigate around.
Okay, and how did those sort of challenges, did they have an impact on your work or your business?
Yeah, both. I mean, because I've got kids at school, so I've only got school hours to get everything done. I run 2 businesses through Xero, so I just wasn't achieving, even the basics in Xero in the time that I had. So I was just spending so much more time just trying to learn how to use the program rather than actually using it efficiently. So. Okay.
Great, thanks for sharing it. And so when you came across my Xero Hero program, were you hesitant to join? And if so, what were your concerns?
I wasn't. My main concern was being able to put the time into it. So actually having the time. But it's it's training. I was doing the time anyway. I was just wasting the time. So it was just getting my head around that, if that made sense. So yeah, there wasn't too much hesitation, to be honest. I had that initial call with you, and that's kind of, yeah, I knew we were going to go in the right direction, and just give me a base knowledge of just, it's just navigating Xero. That's the main thing. That's all I needed to do, really.
Awesome. Okay. And looking back, how do you feel now about the decision to join the program?
Yeah, no, I'm glad I joined the program. Yeah, it's great also having the content available to me all the time, the training content. So it takes me a few times to hear something and see it for it to actually stay in my brain. So it's nice that I can just flick back, and it's really your sort of website is really easy to navigate around as well. So it's easy to go back and find the training program or the specific part that I need to look at. It's quite easy to search for that and just listen. Most of them are sort of 3, 5, 7 minute videos, so I can do quite a quick sort of training session in that time and then get on with the actual Xero work, which is a nice balance.
Awesome. I love it. Okay. And so what's changed for you since being in the program? So you mentioned before that you were doing 4 5-hour blocks, maybe making some progress, but it was very like stop start and you couldn't really get on top of things. So yeah, what would you say has changed? And if you can give any examples, that would be great.
Yeah, I think the main thing, so even the sort of the basics of reconciling, I was duplicating quite a few bills just by accident, just not knowing how to run the bills properly and things. So I was sort of entering them in twice. So a lot of times, and to start with, I was reconciling them into the wrong accounts because I hadn't gone back to change the chart of accounts, and just starting with real basics because I just didn't know at all. So even though I was really proud, one day I thought, oh, thank goodness, I've reconciled everything. I realized that I had done it all to the wrong accounts. So I had to undo the whole entire lot and go back. Once I'd started your program, realized I had to undo the whole entire lot, go right back 18 months worth basically, and start again. But it's great because now we're tidy and now we're up together. So and it's all correct. So hopefully. But yeah, I feel a lot more confident with it now. And I'm just not making the same mistakes. So I'm actually spending time efficiently rather than just wasting my time doing it incorrectly.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and so how would you describe the program to someone considering it?
I think if someone just wants to learn, I mean, I'm learning the basic knowledge. That's how I would say it. So that's all I want to learn. But I feel that there's enough content on there to take you to the next level of really diving a bit deeper into Xero. But yeah, I think it's just going to instill confidence in you to use Xero. I can fly around Xero now, just going into the menus. I know where stuff is. I just feel a bit more confident with it. So
Okay.
I would say, yeah.
Okay, and this is along a similar vein, but like say you had a friend and they were thinking about joining, but they were unsure. They had some hesitancies. And I mean, because the most common hesitancy I get that people say is that they don't have the money right now, which is like, I think it's underlying that is like a fear that like they're not going to get the outcome, or fear that they're not going to have the time. So they think, you know what I mean? It comes up as money, but it's like this uncertainty whether now is the right time and whether they should be investing. What would you tell a friend if they were like on the fence about the program?
I think, that it's a cost up front, but actually if you break it down over the content you get and the time you get with yourself, it's not an expensive program, and it's self-education. It's knowledge that you're getting and keeping to get to move forward and move your business forward. So just to be able to get an understanding of your business, an overview of your business financially is worth everything. I think if you can look at the reports and understand them, and that makes you, creates different decisions that you can make on your business to make more money, then to me it's a bit of a no-brainer to invest in that. So that's how I look at it.
Okay, great.